had the opportunity during a time period helping to run a nonprofit here in Utah to go to Africa to help build a hospital that we had previously raised money for. And I had never been to Africa before. We flew into Kenya, into Nairobi, and I could not believe how abject the poverty was, how deep the destitution was. It blew my mind seeing how people lived in these corrugated, roofed mud huts with these sewage bogs, and it honestly just made me really sad. But as I got to know the African people a little bit and spend time with them, I saw an interesting paradox. They seemed to be some of the happiest people that I had ever met. They're laughing and hugging and touching and shaking hands, and the kids were just having the time of their life playing jump rope or rolling a bicycle rim down the road with a stick or kicking a soccer ball. They just felt so much joy in those very simple things. And then after I left Africa, back to the States, it was bizarre. It was like I was seeing the world through a new lens. And I even had a unique experience of hearing a conversation of two people that were checking in. One was very upset, like visibly upset. And I was able to overhear what the problem was. This person got their extra pair of shoes. So they had their shoes, but they were in their workout shoes. And that's what they were really upset about. And viewing everything around me through the lens of the experience that I just had in Africa with these people that had nothing but that were really happy, it just seemed ridiculous. And it really got me thinking, how is it that a people with so little can feel such gratitude for the abundance that they have, while others with so much can be painfully aware of the things that they lack and feel like they're just missing things from their life? And really the answer just comes down to perception. Perception is reality. How we view the world is how the world is for us. And scientists actually have a psychological measure for this. It's called locus of control, which means center of control. And they have a questionnaire and some tests they can do to figure out, do you fundamentally have a high locus of control or a low locus of control? Do you believe that the circumstances of your life are the results of your actions, and are they because of factors that you control, or circumstances of your life are due to factors outside of your control? The most successful people that I know, in fact, I don't know anyone who's super successful that doesn't have a high internal locus of control, that doesn't take ownership for everything in their life and feel that ultimately they are the ones that decide their fate. If you want to be a top performer, stop being a victim. Stop attributing your performance to factors that you have no control over. If you're a first-year rep getting dropped off, you might not have control over the area where you knock. It doesn't matter. Quit giving power to things that you can't control. Homeowners are going to treat you the way that they're going to treat you. If you put on your best performance, sometimes you'll have success, sometimes you won't. You're going to have jobs canceled, the most solid jobs, for the most bizarre, weird reasons. If it's outside of your control, don't worry about it, and fundamentally believe that the factors that do matter, that will ultimately determine your success and your happiness, are 100% within your control. One other thing I'll say on perspective, I mentioned it a little bit. One of the best perspectives in the world that you can have is the perspective of gratitude. When you feel grateful for all of the things that you have in your life and truly recognize that, it just reframes everything in a more positive light. So make sure to take time every day and think about the things that you're grateful for. Make sure every single day to send somebody a text and let them know why you're grateful for them. Gratitude is one of the best perspectives that you can have. So take extreme ownership. In fact, if you haven't read that book, read it, Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. Be grateful and recognize how your perspective is affecting your performance. How we view circumstances is actually far more important than the circumstances themselves.